How's it going, Ethan?
Hi, good. You?
I'm doing fine. What did you think of the document?
It was good. Nothing out of the ordinary, though there was a few, one question here and there,
What were your questions?
one question was, why did it say, the rules for the loan to apply from the state of Wyoming?
Okay.
And I asked that question because I'm like, aren't we in Virginia? So then you said that the business that's giving you the loan is actually located in Wyoming. So
All right. So that adheres to law. Did you have any other questions?
no, that was it.
All right. What were the provisions within the loan? How much do you are getting a loan for?
I'm getting
How much? What's the amount?
$201 in principal,
Okay.
and then I think it's $7 in interest.
In interest. Okay.
Over the
And what does your loan incorporate?
my loan incorporates a phone and accessories with it, like screen protector, a case, charger, SIM card thing.
Okay.
Talking about
All right. Cool. All right. What other pieces? What were the acceptable use aspects?
I could do what I needed to it with it if I didn't if it didn't harm anyone.
All right. So when it said borrower has is agreeing to repay, are you familiar with what that is?
No.
All right. Borrower's right to repay. That means that you're responsible for the loan and you need to pay it.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
There was 4 of them like that. So there's borrower's right to pay. I'm going to bring it up real quick. Just to make sure you're 100% confident in everything that you read through, because you said you read through everything. I want to make sure nothing is missing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all the provisions. Oh, don't worry about the light.
I know.
It's just a spotlight for you, buddy. Spotlight for you. So borrower's promise to pay. That's what it was. There's a borrower's promise for acceptable use policy, which you reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In the back there.
Okay. All right. There was borrower's acceptance of insurance. You accept the insurance policy?
Yeah.
And everything that is said in here. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The 24-month plan, what it covers.
24-month plan, everything except theft and loss. So
Yes.
you're responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And borrower's acceptance of penalty clause. Are you familiar with what that is?
No.
Why?
Penalty clause, I feel like is you don't
Here's the
make
thing.
payments.
Here's the thing.
I
Hold on. You told me you read through the document.
did read through.
So you should be familiar with what that is if I ask you a question about it. You weren't expecting this, were you? This is part of the test.
It's the penalty clause, you don't pay. Wasn't it you don't pay?
No, it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. So, I can see that you were so excited to get your phone that there are some shortcuts that you made. And you signed the document. So here's the thing. What I want to stress to you is when you sign a document, that means you read through everything. And when you initial a document, that means you paid extra special attention to those pieces. Now, you did initial the acceptable use policy, but it appears as though you are not familiar with what the acceptance of penalty clause is. Now, what's important with that is if you sign something and you do not read it, you're still liable for whatever that says. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how excited you were, your ability to take that back may have disappeared. Now, most contracts and documents give you a few days where if you wanted to, let's say, revoke the document or the contract, you may. Depends on the state that you live in. That's why it's very important that you saw what state the document applies to. But when there is a rescission period, it's usually based on the state that you live in. And for Virginia, it is 3 days. So if there's something you saw in the document after you signed it and you want to revoke the document, you had that time period to make it happen. But if you procrastinate, you lose that opportunity. Now I want to explain the penalty clause to you because you didn't read it, and it could be something that's not in your favor. So this is kind of a little bit of a... You weren't expecting the test, were you?
No.
All right, so just stay still. All right, so the borrower's acceptance of penalty clause. The borrower agrees to abide by the tasks provided to them by their guardians, your guardians being your parents.
Yeah, I read that. And it was for not doing one thing is lost for a day, not doing 4 things is lost for a week, and then 10 or more things for 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're familiar with it and you read it.
I know what it was called.
Here's the thing. You can ask for a reference. Okay. All your behavior indicated that you did not read it. Okay? which you don't want that to happen.
No, you're correct.
Okay, perfect. So I'm glad you actually read that, so I don't have to go into my whole spiel about that. So you're familiar with what that is?
Mm-hmm.
It also says that if you default at any point in regards for the loan interest gets doubled. It's not really a big deal,
But
big enough.
if you
But
don't
again,
have to pay it,
since you elected to do an automatic payment plan, you should not have to worry about that. Okay? Good. Now, the phone itself, since it's late tonight, you will not be getting it tonight. You'll be getting it tomorrow.
I'll take it.
Yay! And there will be some training that goes along with it. But that will be sent to you and worked out. So we'll save the rest for tomorrow. All right. Good night.